Hi, I'm Raghu, UI UX designer. Welcome to my channel. This video, we're going to talk about most common interview questions for you and UX. First question is, tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself is the most common question for all the interviews. The same question falls into UI UX design interview also. My sincere advice and tip is, don't take too much time for this question. Share your experience from the previous company, what are the company you've been working for, and what are the tools you are very much well versed in. Explain this process and try to build a conversation from what are the points you're telling with the HR. This is more than enough. Don't explain more about this process because we have lots of questions in the next part. The second question the interview will be asking is, walk through the profile. For sure, you will be sitting with a portfolio for the interview. Just show them a glance. You might be having 10 or 15 numbers of projects or even 5 numbers of project. Explain about so and so, what is it? The 5 number of projects is UI and the next 5 is UX. You can also say that 2 projects from mobile and 2 projects from website. Just give them a complete overview about the projects you've been done. Third one is, explain any one of the project from your favorite. This question will be there for sure for the UI UX designer part. You should be very much prepared for one of the project what you've been worked on. You should be very much confident. See, one thing for the UI UX designer, the 80% of the weightage will be there for the UX design process compared to the UI design. So concentrate on the design process you've been done for UX, then you go for the design what you already made. Don't directly go to the UI design. That's my sincere advice to you guys. So third question is done. Next question will be like, what is a challenging position or what is a challenging project you've been there? For example, if you ask me, what I would love to say is, I have done an app which has been completely revamped in the recent years. The original application has been built 10 years back and I need to make an app which is there in a current state. It is a challenging app for me because I need to compare the real-time activity with the other customers. How am I going to enhance those activity? I will explain what are the process I have been followed and what are challenges I have faced for this type of projects. So like that, identify your challenging project and try to explain it in a perfect way. And the most important question is the next one, that is, what is your favorite tool for UI UX design? If you ask me, I will say Adobe XD. I love to give a glance of what all the softwares is there for UI and UX. Adobe XD, Sketch, InVision Studio, Figma is the most common softwares has been used worldwide. I've been aware about all the softwares. If you ask me what is my favorite, I used to say Adobe XD is my favorite. So whenever if the interview asks this question, you keep on trying in touch with the software which you are very much sure on, and that make sure that you're gonna explain about the software where you've been part working for the years. If I explain more about Adobe XD, for sure the interviewer will be asking me the question from Adobe XD. Since it is my hands-on tool, I can crack the interview easily. So think about it. If you are well versed in InVision, go for it. Or if you are well versed in Sketch, go for it. The next question is, what is the process you've been following for the UI UX design? In this, either you are telling the answer right or not, that is not a matter. The interviewer want to know what is the process you've been following, because for the UX you need to do lots of researches. Then for the UI you need to do the research has to be implemented, or the design which is there in the paper that has been converted into the colors and typography. How are you gonna do the research process? This is what the interview will be looking from you from this question. Once you're done with this answer, for sure from your answer they already build up the next question, that is, what is your research process? That is UX research process. In this part, you need to explain about what kind of research you are doing on. Either it is one-to-one interviews, or you are sending a survey, if it is a primary or secondary research. After the interview, are you doing a check sheet, and how are you analyzing it to build the software to the next phase of the design? Continuing the previous question, the UX research process is the most important one. There will be a video for sure, those 5 steps in UX research process. Let's move to the next one. The next question is, what is your work style and what is your relationship with the developers? Once your project went to the developer phase, for sure they're going to add some value into the design. So you should be having the good rapport with both the teams, the developer and the designer team. So this is what the HR will be looking from you. You should be very much aware to answer this question. It's all about the group activity, how you're going to engage the project. The next question is, they used to give you a complex question. They will be expecting you to answer how you're going to approach this question. Whether the answer is right or wrong, they will be looking for the intent, how you are approaching the process. Every designer will be having their own way to approach the project. So build up the way, how you're going to approach, and you should be ready with the process. The most important question what the HR will be looking, how you interact with your senior designer. If you are stepped into a new firm, or if you are a junior to any of the lead UX designer, for sure you will be submitting your design. There might be some contradiction between the ideas what they have. In that way, they will be asking how you will prove your design to your elder designer, that your design is right. My tips for this is always do the design with the rules of design and follow the same initially. After that, you can explore anything. Once a senior person asks you lots of questions about so and so, the typography and the colors and what it's been used for, you can tell him that I have already followed the rules and I have done like that. Like that, you need to promote him that this is how my design plays a role into that. And one sincere advice for you guys is every year the design team will always upgrade, like Adobe or any international designers will be setting a tool and standard for designs, like design for 2021, like design for 2020. You should be very much aware of what trend is going on. Make a note of it. And the last question is, they will be asking, do you have any questions for us? Here, for sure, you will be asking few questions, I know, about the company or about the designation or about the role or packages. Most important thing, right? So these are the questions you will be asking. After asking all the questions, the most important thing you need to highlight them is you should sell yourself. You should always end the interview in a positive note, that the interview mind should be filled up with, okay, this guy is already ready for the interview and he is very well known about what all the process has been followed for all this design. If you're looking for jobs in UI and UX, please prepare all these points and make yourself ready for it. If you really like the video, hit the like button. Do subscribe my channel to get more design video updates. And if you think this video is really helpful, if your friends or someone is looking for this video, share it and just make them very much updated about the UI and UX design part. See you there in next video very soon. Bye.